Hello and welcome to another Storytime Sunday. Today's story time in honor of our son, Dakota.
His birth story.
Yes, his birthday
is Tuesday.
We had a celebration yesterday, which you can watch here. Bing, on the, I think it's this corner? Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna tell you his birth story today.
6 years ago.
How does that happen?
I don't understand that
I feel
at
old.
all. Yeah.
Old man here.
I was saying yesterday, it's weird to me because I remember being 6 years old vividly. So it's
She has like the best memory of
no, I don't.
anyone. I don't remember
he just
yesterday.
doesn't have a very good
Nonetheless, when I was 6 years old.
It's just crazy that he's that old.
Yeah.
But we'll just let you know.
Yep.
So our 1 year wedding anniversary was October 1st and my due date was October 9th. So pretty much exactly 1 year after we got married. And you guys know, you reach that final stretch of pregnancy and you're done. Like, you're like, okay,
done.
Eviction notice. Like,
She was like Googling, like, how do I get babies out of me? Not like bad, but like things to do to induce labor.
Natural induction. Yeah.
So she was like
Everyone
jumping on
does that.
trampolines, like. She was walking.
I was bouncing. I wasn't jumping. I was like standing like this. Don't think I was like going
Wasn't
crazy.
hurting the baby. Even like, I remember you would walk on curbs. Like,
I would. Curb walking. Yeah, 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Because it's like, you know, gravity, getting the baby down.
The things
Sorry.
pregnant women do.
Sorry. Yeah, but 2 nights before I actually went into labor, Cody was in school full time and working full time. So he would leave at like 6 a.m. and wouldn't get home till like 10:30. So I'd be sound asleep in bed when he left and sound asleep in bed when he got home. It was not a fun time.
Yeah.
And I was on bed rest at the end with Kota, so it just wasn't fun. I was on bed rest because I had too much amniotic fluid, just in like the last 2 weeks. It wasn't for a very long time.
Nothing too serious.
And so like my like amniotic sac was just a little too full, so they thought like a certain movement could burst it. So, and it was like partial bed rest. It wasn't a big deal. So that was that story.
So one night, she was feeling extra like, I need to get this baby out of me.
I was just done being
And it was probably 10 o'clock at night and just up out of
October.
nowhere. No shoes on, cold, gets up and starts running around the block. Like, I followed
Full
her.
on sprint.
I had shoes on and she was just like sprinting down the road in the middle of the night trying to get this baby to come out.
I don't know, I just got a ton of energy. I felt good. I had like a super healthy pregnancy and I was super active. You guys know I have a super active the whole time. So I was like, I'm gonna run right now. We'll see what happens. Because they say walking can induce it. So I was like, running is like double that, right?
But that didn't really do anything.
No, it did nothing.
She ended up going a day past her due date.
No, I went into labor on October 9th.
Oh yeah, you went on, but the baby came the next day, so.
So we went to bed at like 10 o'clock on October 9th, my due date. And I remember thinking, if I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm still pregnant, I'm gonna be so mad. Like, you guys know who's had a baby, you know, you're just like, I'm gonna have the baby tonight. I know it, I'm gonna have the baby tonight. So we got in bed at like 10 o'clock. Kota fell asleep quick because he was super busy at the time. He always does. Yeah, I'll be mid-sentence and all of a sudden he does crazy twitch, wakes me up. So he fell asleep and I started having contractions about 11. So I just got up and was like sitting on my birth ball, bouncing, timing them. And it was my first baby. So I was like, this doesn't hurt, but I'm pretty sure these are contractions. So
getting excited about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fill it out as long as I can until I get concerned and then I'll wake him up to go to the hospital. So I sat there and bounced for like 3 hours or more. And finally they were getting closer. They were like 4 minutes apart and they were getting pretty painful.
Yeah,
so
and I was still asleep.
Yeah.
Then she woke me up and we left to the hospital.
Yeah, said it's baby time, and first time parents, we were nervous. Like, I had been packed for weeks for the hospital, like everything you could think of. So we jump in the car, it's 2:30 in the morning, and we wanted both of our families there. Obviously, it's our first baby, but we've never been through this, so we didn't know what to expect.
Who knows?
So we call everyone at 2:30 in the morning, and they'll come to the hospital. I don't think everyone came at 2:30. My mom and sisters did. They were there like 10 minutes after us.
Hi Kenzie, hi Cody. Hey. Soon to be dad and mom Moffat. Kota should be here any minute. What do you have to say to him?
Come out.
We're ready for you.
We're waiting.
Hopefully.
Let's see the contractions over there.
But then everyone came, I think around like 8 a.m. Everyone started to show up to the hospital. And I'm so sorry, family. They were there all day.
Hi, Kota. There's your Grandpa Lee.
Hi, Kota Bug. Is it Grandpa?
Uncle Jed.
Uncle Zed.
Uncle Kyle. Uncle Steve. Uncle Matt.
What's up, Kota?
Are you guys excited? Sit down, Jed.
It was a long
All
one,
day.
guys. It was
4:42, right? Is when he was born.
4:42 p.m.
So it was just
Yeah, like a 26-hour labor.
No.
No, like 18.
yeah. But
I don't do math real quick in my head. You do the math.
I was determined to have a natural birth. But it was weird because it was just like this thing that I had decided, but I hadn't prepared or done any research on it. I don't know. It wasn't like we had prepared and I had like known techniques what to do. I was just like, I can do this. I'm strong. I can do this. So
She has a hard head, and it's like when she gets her mind set to something, it's like, I can do that. I'm gonna do that, which is great. It's a great quality. And so she was determined to have a natural birth.
I told Cody, I said, do not let me get an epidural. I said, no matter what I say to you, do not let me get an epidural.
In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm gonna do whatever you tell me to do, because you're in
Like
labor.
a good husband. Like a good husband. No, but I didn't prepare it all. I was just like, I'm gonna do this. So we get there and things started picking up pretty quickly and I was like, oh shoot, this hurts.
Yeah, and it
Like-
was back labor.
Well, all of my labors have been back labor. Carson, you'll hear that later, but all of my labors, back labor. And I have scoliosis and I've had a bunch of back problems my whole life. So it's just not fun. Back labor is awful. And so every time I would get a contraction, I would throw up. Like they were coming in so hot and so intense that I would just throw up every time.
Yeah.
So finally I had like my music in and I was trying to like go to another place in my mind. And finally I was like, I need an epidural. And Cody's like, honey, you said, and I was like, don't tell me what I said.
I know what I want.
need an epidural.
Well, like me seeing her just like heaving over in pain, throwing up because she's in so much pain. It's like, I don't want her to be in this much pain.
Yeah, yeah. And now like I have done 2 births natural, but they were quick. So I can do that if it's quick. If it's 18 hours, I can't do that crap natural. But so I got the epidural and they moved us into the room where I would actually be delivering. It was crazy though, because even with the epidural, I couldn't feel the pain of the contractions, but still they would come on so hard that I was still throwing up almost every contraction with an epidural. It was not very fun. And we had like 18 people in the room, not when I was pushing, just like while I was laboring. So it was embarrassing with that many people in the room when I'd get a contraction. And you know those little throw up bags, I would just like turn my back to people and like try to as gracefully and cleanly throw up. It was
very graceful.
It was not fun though.
Discreet would be a better word.
Discreetly, yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, so just discreetly throw up with my contractions because there was so many people. Yeah, 18 hours later, finally it was go time to push.
Right there. 3,
Good job, kids.
5, 6.
And it was funny because I wanted our moms, mine and Cody's moms, and our sisters there, which is just 3 girls. Shelby, Maddie, and Audrey, and then Cody's mom and my mom. And mine and Cody's dad were waiting right outside the door so they could hear everything.
Do you want one of these? Yes, please.
We have Aunt Maddie, Audrey, Auntie Audrey, and Grandma Moffat waiting. There's the grandpas.
I think we're gonna make.
So that's 5 ladies and me and Cody. And it was funny because I was like, but everyone stay up by my head. Like, obviously no one go down there where that's happening. That's like embarrassing. But then when you're in the moment, I told Cody, when you're in the moment and you're like actually like delivering a baby, I'm not even kidding. Anyone in the world could be in there and you wouldn't care. Like,
So
I guess that's just for
concentrated
me.
on the pain.
Well, yeah, you're
what's
concentrating on the
happening.
baby, and I feel like it's no longer your body parts. It's like the miracle of life, you know. So people aren't looking like, oh my gosh, that's Kenzie's body parts. It's like there's a baby coming into this world, and I don't know, it's beautiful. So it was funny because everyone started up here by my head, and like 2 pushes in,
We can see hair.
He has so much hair.
guys,
Lots of
I
hair.
pushed for 2 hours with Dakota.
5, 6, 7.
And it was getting to the point where he was like, hey, if we can't push him out soon, we're gonna have to do a C-section because the baby's just in distress pushing this long. And I was like, no. I had that in my mind too, like I am not gonna have a C-section. So I think that like kicked it into high gear where I was like, I'm gonna push right now, like as hard as I possibly can. And I'm sorry, again, this is a little TMI, but it's Dakota's labor.
It's what happened.
It's what happened. But he was an 8-pound baby. He was a big boy. I had to have an episiotomy. So if you guys don't know what that is, the doctor has to just take scissors and cut you.
You need to make a little snip and it makes Americans get okay.
To make the opening bigger for the baby to come out. Our 3 sisters were down there. Audrey and Maddie were still in high school, first of all. So just these 3 teenage girls down there watching. And the doctor said, he didn't say cover your eyes, he said cover your ears. And we're all like, what? And then you could hear it. And we're all just like the sound of my flesh being cut. And I was just like,
yeah, so they don't rip instead of like a guided rip.
Instead of ripping and like ruining things, it's just like, we're just gonna cut you a little bit. So that happened. All 3 of our sisters were like, we're never having babies.
Yeah.
And so.
Just kidding.
So we have Dakota.
Oh my God!
7. Take a deep breath.
Okay, one more big push, okay?
Your out.
Kenzie's
Push.
is out!
Stop pushing now.
Now you're back.
Oh, look at his ears. Good job, kids!
Okay, so give me one more push.
Awesome.
Keep pushing, pushing.
Okay. Now you hurt it down.
Oh, he's okay.
Oh, good. Oh, he's so beautiful. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute.
All right, shove between those 2 right there.
Oh.
There you go. Bring him, hand it off.
Dakota.
Is his name Dakota?
Oh, he's probably 6.5. I don't know why.
34.
That's 34.
33 and a half.
Oh, 33 and a half.
Teeny.
Look how happy Daddy is.
Can't tell. Excuse me a second.
Sorry.
We don't have tag.
You just want my ground name?
36, 57.
She's only 3.
81.
81. Oh, I was close. You said 7'9". Yeah, Kathleen said 7'9". 81. You guys. These are good stars.
He's not very tall. 19 and a half.
I was right. 19 and a half?
Yeah.
Oh, I said 19. Kota.
Ready to give him this shot.
Hi, cutie. Oh, you are very handsome, mister. That's my sister. My first little nephew. I'm so excited. Hi, cute boy. Oh, you're so cute and little.
4004. Hey, is it different numbers?
Ready? Right. Hi, Mom and Dad. Good job, guys.
Can't see his face up by you guys.
She can't move. Just let her relax.
You know when you're crying so hard, it's like that ugly cry where like your face, you cannot control what it's doing. Both of us.
Oh yeah.
Ugly cry.
First child, definitely gonna cry.
Yeah. But it was amazing. It was so fun to have our family there. And then as soon as I was covered, everyone came back in.
Sticking his tongue out.
His eyes are really watery. Is that from the shampoo that got in his eyes?
That's antibiotics.
Oh, the antibiotics.
Let's get a picture of him. Do you think the glasses are ready?
Just have to get rid of this table.
I'm usually checking on holding babies.
Look at that. Still got Dad's finger. Just won't want to give up Dad's finger.
Oh.
Look, just
Hi, Kota bug. Hi, Kota.
Okay.
Oh.
a miracle, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Look at all these people. Look at all these people.
They cry for a while. Cried way hard when they came out. Cute. Did you see his husband?
On in.
You ready? You're next.
Hi, baby. Kota bug. Look, see your handsome face. Hi, baby. Oh. You are so precious. He seems so much tinier than 8 pounds, doesn't he?
We doing okay, kids? You look good. You do. I'm shaking. Whoa, too excited.
Hey, what do you think about this?
Oh,
very
he shook. I think he has
Look at his
either
little
yours
lips.
or Cody's nose.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look,
it
that's
too
like his
bright?
ears. Is it too bright? I think he's got Cody's nose.
Yeah, he's got lobes.
So sweet. You're right.
Oh, look at the head.
Yeah, he does have Cody's nose.
You got your daddy's nose.
I think so.
Got little Jed's lips.
Cute. That when he was crying and his mouth was wide, I thought he has Jed's big mouth.
Jetty.
Jed's little lips.
But it was amazing. And it's funny because we talk about it, how all of my labor and deliveries have been like the personality of the child. And I think it's just funny because it was such a long labor and pushing for 2 hours. And Dakota is like, just like me, the most headstrong, stubborn kid ever. And so it's just funny to compare him to his labor and delivery because it's
Yeah.
like exact.
Well, like right when he came out, when I got to hold him finally, like I just remember thinking, like he would just stare at you and like
He was
you would talk
so
to him and he
alert.
would like answer.
He was listening.
Like right as he was born, like he was very aware of his surroundings and situation.
Well, we've always said it. He's an old soul.
He's a smart old soul.
Well, and that's how I was too. I was just very mature at a very young age, and that's how Dakota is. But everyone said that, and now that we've had 4
Yeah,
kids,
he'd
we're
stare you in the
yeah,
eyes and just like
We're-
talk to you with his face.
yeah, we're realizing now that we've had 3 other babies how incredible it was. He was just completely awake and alert immediately. Looking around, you would talk to him, and like Cody said, it was like he was just listening to you.
Yeah.
He's,
was awesome.
I don't know, just an old soul, and
Yep. We love you, Dakota.
we love you. He came to our family at the perfect time, and I'm so glad he was our first because he's the best oldest brother.
How is he 6 years old already?
I don't understand. I don't know.
We're old.
So I was a month from turning 22. So I was 21 when I had Dakota, and he was 22. So we were young. And look at these pictures. Cody looks like he's 12.
Look at him.
Don't Jed.
I look really inflated. It's okay.
It's It's all right.
It's okay. But yeah, that's how Dakota was born. And we were just sitting here thinking about everything we love about him. There's too much to say for
There's
this.
a lot.
There's too much to say for this video, but I'm so grateful that he came to us first and that he's our oldest. He just has that natural instinct to protect and take care of his younger siblings, and I love that about him.
Yep, such a sweet, loving, adventurous boy. We love you, man.
Adventurous. That's like the main word for Dakota, I think. Yeah. But we love you, bud. Happy 6th birthday almost.
But that's it for us today, guys. We're glad you're watching. Keep on watching every Sunday, new Sunday story time.
We got so many stories.
There's a lot of stories.
Guys, we
in
are
your
just
life.
barely starting to peek open to our
It's like
box
an
of
iceberg.
stories.
An iceberg.
Yeah. We have so many and some dang crazy ones, so stick around. You'll want to hear them.
But if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Hey, how you doing? Look how big you are. You're really not that big. You're quite tiny, huh? Yep, pretty small. And we're here just leaving the hospital.
That's so beautiful.
There's Kota going home from the hospital. Down to sleep. There's the dad.
Hey, don't distract me.